Hey, let me just, let me, yes.
You eat bread. How many insects get killed in the bread market?
Okay, let me ask
How many insects get killed?
Let me answer you then. Hey, will you let me answer after you've asked me a question?
If I don't eat meat, if I only eat a little bit of meat a day and you eat bread, who kills more animals? Who kills more insects?
Yeah.
No, you, because you mow down an entire world.
So you didn't understand my point. You didn't understand my point.
You don't eat lettuce?
You
eat lettuce, yes or no? You're laughing now.
Yes, I eat lettuce.
Of course. Why do you do that?
I'm just heading out. See you later.
Bye, have a great time.
Let me see your label here. Wrangler.
These are animals.
Are you telling me Wranglers are vegan?
No,
This is vegan.
No, you're wearing a Wrangler.
I can have a look at the label and see if it's woolen.
Let me just get this right. The question is, how would I feel about eating mentally disabled children?
Yeah, I'm assuming you're probably going to say you don't feel good about it, and then I'm going to ask you.
I'm not laughing at the because I think it's a great picture. I'm laughing at the leap from, let's say, so you would say there was an equivalence between me eating McDonald's and me eating handicapped children?
Breeding and killing non-human animals who have the intelligence of children, or breeding and killing and eating, slitting their throats of human children. Like, what's the difference?
I think I understand why there's a divergence in the way that we're categorizing sentient life on this planet. Now, my observation shows me that we have omnivores, carnivores, herbivores, and these classifications have developed independent of any philosophical kind of or political thing.
Yeah, evolution.
It just seems to be the way things are.
Yeah.
And we have always, as human beings, since we've been on Earth, followed the omnivorous path.
Yes.
So this is why I would say to you that it's unidentifiable that we fall within that natural classification. But for me, I don't think us being cannibals has fallen into that.
Okay,
so
but that's true.
That doesn't have an equivalence.
But is it, with the same reasoning then, we say we could look back throughout human history and it seems natural we've always killed and harmed each other. We've always raped each other. There's always been wars. Therefore, it's this natural category and we should continue doing so.
I think that's a false equivocation because those things, aren't part of our, how's the best way to say? Me being omnivorous, me forming part of a chain from year dot, where animals have formed part of my diet, right, is something that I don't see as having anywhere near the, unless we say, okay, let's say I agree with you. If you're right, if we are just animals, okay, then we come into this scenario where what happens at McDonald's is something so horrific. It's far, far worse than anything that has ever happened during the Second World War, Auschwitz, all of these things. You've arrived at that mindset. I'm worried that you're capable of doing to human beings the same as what human beings do to animals to reset the thing. I think it's possible that you could justify that. You could justify.
I wouldn't.
No, but why not? If you could
because causing more suffering would make the world worse. I still care about humans.
Sure, but if doing that will then reduce the sufferings in perpetuity, then you would be making an ethical action.
But it wouldn't be practical. If I tried to do that, I wouldn't succeed.
It would be ethical within your...
To take force to stop animals from being tortured in farms.
Yes.
Maybe you could say that if it reduces suffering in the long term.
See the chef shoot him in the head.
Well, that's not where the violence is.
Yeah,
that wouldn't stop
that wouldn't be any worse than what he's doing, would it?
I think it would cause more suffering.
No,
why
would it be worse if it stopped him doing what he's doing?
Well, I think if I had to choose between causing harm to an individual human and an individual non-human, there would be like utilitarian reasons for choosing not to harm the human because there's other human beings who'd greatly suffer from seeing their loved one or their friend harmed.
But you could argue that would be for the greater good, because you stopped. You already know. You already told me.
It wouldn't be a practical solution.
But you already told me that what's going on in the fast food industry is far worse than what happens in during the Second World War with Auschwitz, Holocaust, and
In terms
all,
of suffering,
and all
yeah,
of these
of course.
things. So if you were to then develop the mindset where you said, you know, now I'm going to use violence.
This isn't how we get to the world I want, though.
Okay.
I want a world without violence.
You know what? Could I ask some of these people here again? This man is, and I'm not trying to have a go, but we're having a discussion about value of life, and my friend here is saying that
Suffering. Maybe I should characterise my
what would
position.
be wrong with you eating mentally handicapped human
No,
children?
no,
because
come on. Let me give my own.
Then you can.
Well, I haven't said. Let me give my own position.
But then what you said.
Yeah.
Okay, right, you did. We'll listen to the man.
So I think it's morally wrong to harm mentally disabled children and animals. My point is, if someone's saying, okay, well, we'll give them a good life, and
This is the children, the mentally handicapped.
no, so let's say this is. I'll tell you how we got there. So the position is, animal suffering. Sure, factory farms are bad. Most people agree with that. But let's give these animals a good life, and then kill them and eat them after. And I'm saying, okay, well, let's just put it into the context. Let's say like non-human human beings, like mentally disabled children who have the same intelligence, same sentience as say a pig or something like that. Yes. Presumably we wouldn't accept it in that context. Okay, so we're saying it's wrong to do it to the human mentally disabled child, but it's not wrong to do it to the animal. And I'm saying, okay, what's the difference between those scenarios?
Okay, I'll give you, I could be wrong, but value's the difference. It's all about value. You wouldn't go hunt an extinct animal to eat because their value's higher than a sheep or a cow. It's a value thing. So we get more from a human if we let them live and grow and do what they want.
Or like a mentally disabled human who's going to need our support throughout society and isn't going to be able to help us.
If you were to let it survive in the wild, they'd die anyways.
Yeah. Yeah, you can say the same thing about a mentally disabled human.
We learn from the disabled as well. We learn about ourselves.
Yeah, and the same with studying non-human animals. Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, what is it about the pig that makes it okay to kill the pig but not the human? What if I just say, okay, I value white people more than black people? That's value. That's my value.
But they still both have higher value than a pig because a pig.
But the value is subjective from a person, right? So I can value white people more than black people. Sure.
A pig is easier to raise. It's cheaper to raise. It's the food that they eat is cheaper.
Okay, but so would you say that if it was easier to raise the mentally disabled children, if they all just could eat soy and be healthy, then would it be more ethical to harm them?
That's a good question. I haven't really thought about it. But on a human level, why we shouldn't eat humans, that's my answer. As for disabled people, I would need to give it a bit of thought because that is a new one to me.
I'm hoping I'm not convincing you to eat disabled people. My hope was to convince you that harming animals is wrong.
I get enough food anyway.
But I suppose like these hypotheticals are interesting. But the reality of the world today, we're talking 57 billion land animals a year being tortured on factory farms. They're crammed in cages where they can't even move around. We're talking unbearable suffering. If we spent 10 minutes in their situation, we would hate our lives and wish for it to end.
Could I just dive in just before I disappear? I think the thing that I found, I wouldn't say scary, but the most unnerving part was that when you gave two examples. You said that what goes on in McDonald's in Kentucky,
factory farms
is far worse than anything that's ever happened in human history. It could be the Holocaust, it could be world wars. It's so bad that these things pale into insignificance.
Yeah, but you have to let me explain why.
No. And then the other thing was you.
Yeah, but these are the people who didn't hear it, and you're just giving them something that you think sounds a bit ridiculous, but when they haven't heard the context of why I think it's worse.
Please do.
Yeah, so I'm a utilitarian, which means I care about well-being of sentient creatures. I care about suffering. I understand that humans like you could have the potential to suffer more than, like, say a pig, but we have to consider the scale. Pigs can still suffer, and if I stab a pig, it hurts a lot. So we're talking about 57 billion land animals being tortured on factory farms for an entire life and then killed in horrific ways, like gas chambers where they're screaming in pain. We're talking about trillions of fish being pulled out of the ocean, suffocating to death for a long time. There comes a point, there is a scale, there comes a point where if we torture enough animals, it has to be worse. If you agree that the suffering of animals counts for something, and how much, I mean, the numbers are astronomical. We can't even comprehend the amount of suffering that is taking place today on factory farms. We can't comprehend it.
What I'm worried about is that utopian philosophies like this that are also, there's a spectrum. You can get radical vegans who would say, like, I remember asking a vegan who was in his company. No, I was asking one of the vegans who was in his company. I said, "Okay." I said, "No, can I just finish for once, please, please?" Right? There's a hamster, and there's a baby, right? And this is what
This is someone else's position. I don't even know.
You were with them. You were with them. There's a you tell me if you agree. You agree.
I'm not going to agree.
And a human baby. I said, which one is of greater value? She said, the hamster, because the human baby would grow into a monster and destroy the world. Now, there's that. No. What I'm saying is, when you he's brought out this example of eating McDonald's, why wouldn't you eat handicapped human children?
Yeah, that wasn't the point.
I mean, that was a crazy thing
to
say as well.
So see, again. Wait, no, again, you're taking me out of context to try and make me look ridiculous.
No, all I'm doing is quoting back to you the quotes I've been given by vegans. And as
I am not responsible for all of the vegans. Yes, I am. I could find how many insane meat eaters could I find and say, I heard a meat eater say this. I'm not doing that to you.
Out of the 4 or 5 I talked to over the last few years, 3 out of the 4, you were the only one who didn't agree with them. No, I would never eat a disabled child. No.
Why?
Huh?
Why?
Right, that's the end of the conversation. If you're asking me why I wouldn't eat a handicapped child, could we make sure that you've got that? This is a question from a vegan who's asking me why I wouldn't eat a handicapped child.
And what's wrong with asking that? To me, that sounds like a fairly easy question to answer. So I don't know why you're struggling to answer that.
I'm saying it's wrong to eat handicapped children.
And I'm saying why. It shouldn't be that hard to say why. How do you determine what's right and wrong?
Before, how do you know? First, we have to establish. Because why? In order for us to discuss how I know that Allah. First, it's a logical argument. Everyone understand that. For example, if you wanna learn about the camera, you go to the one who made it. Is that correct?
No, because you're not answering me. I still don't understand how do you know?
Always have heat debate.
Because you're dodging my questions.
No, I said to you, look simple. I said, look.
No. How do you understand what's right and wrong?
I tell you, logic dictates the creator creates creation.
I heard that.
He knows about creation better than anyone else.
Okay.
Because hear me out. In order to make something, you have to have a knowledge of it. So the creator, he knows everything.
Okay, so let me see if I'm understanding. I'm going to have to fill in some gaps here. So is it that you read it in the Quran, and the Quran tells you what's right and wrong?
No. Before go to the Quran, I'm giving you a logical, rational argument. Put the Quran aside.
I want to know.
Put the Bible aside. Logical way. As a Muslim, I believe God creates everything.
Okay, yes.
If I do believe that, so logic dictates the one who creates everything, he knows about his creation better than anyone else. Based upon this premise, do you agree with that argument?
I want to understand you, so sure, I understand you.
Do you understand? Now, before that, Jack, look, every time I speak to you, we see that jumping. Do you agree with my premise?
Okay, let's assume there was a creator. That wouldn't necessarily mean that they knew what was right and wrong. There's lots of meta-ethical questions here. How do you know what's right and wrong? How do you know about abortion? How do you know that killing is wrong? No, you're just saying, is it, please, this is a simple yes or no. Is it that you read it in the Quran and the Quran tells you what's right and wrong?
Okay, there's 2 ways. I'll explain to you.
That's a simple yes or no. Come on.
I'm going to speak now.
That's a simple yes or no.
I'm going to speak.
Not answering my question. I don't want to notice that he's not answering my question.
He's a sentient being. Could you not harm him so much? You'll be in
just a little bit free. Animals by harming.
Sorry, I get frustrated because I feel like he's dodging my question. Anyway, okay, it's a simple yes no. It's either yes or no.
Okay. Anyway, you can't dictate that. Look, I'm more experienced than you in speaker's conduct, so you cannot manipulate my arguments. Now, when I told you about the logical argument that I'm utilizing, I said if I believe, before going to the Quran, before Bible, if I believe God created everything, yes, and therefore He knows about His creation better than anyone else. So logic dictates you should go back to the Creator to tell you what absolute right, absolute wrong. Just the one who made the camera, He knows about the camera with the objective knowledge that He had to know what is good for it in details, what is bad for it in details. That is a logical argument.
I disagree.
Now, that is a logical argument.
I disagree.
Yes? Okay, now if you want to know about the camera in details, bit by bit, who you go back to?
If I wanted descriptive information about what the camera is, then I go to the creator. Well, that doesn't mean that the creator. So let's assume that the creator. No. So come on, please. Sorry, I need to chill. let's assume.
You care more about
wait,
animals, but
you're dodging.
You're attacking me, man. I have a feeling.
You are an animal, so I care about you as well.
If you're an animal, speak for yourself. I'm not an animal.
Let me address what you said.
Okay,
and I'm sorry if I'm getting heated. Let's assume.
1 second, yes. I'm coming.
Hurry
up, because I have someone waiting for me.
Animal there.
Hurry up.
Let's just.
Got animal there, look.
I know. Let's assume that there was a creator, okay? And let's assume there was a creator and he knows about us in detail. Well, that wouldn't necessarily entail that he knew what was right and wrong. Just like if we create animals, wait. Just like if we create non-human animals, that doesn't mean we suddenly have the knowledge about what's morally right and wrong. There's lots of complex meta-ethical questions here that you're bypassing.
Your analogy is very bad. Even he's moving his head. You know why? Now, if you buy a microwave, are you going to utilize the menu that was given to you by the creator who made the microwave to know what is good for it, what is bad for it, or are you going to go to the butcher?
There's a difference between descriptive.
Answer my question.
Wait, I am.
Yes or no? Which one are you going to
No. There's a difference between descriptive information and prescriptive information. Prescriptive information is about how things ought to be. So sure, I can go to
I didn't say that. No. I'm going to tell you how it works.
That's what morality is.
No. I didn't say, look, I said, I didn't ask you how it works. The one who made something, he's going to tell you, do not use a plastic or do not use aluminium. Why? He's not going to tell you how it works. No, he's telling you what affects it. You see, he's going to tell you what harms.
And where are you getting morality from this? Where are you getting morality from this?
He's going to tell you what harms the microwave. God will create everything.
Yeah.
Send down the revelation to tell me what is right, what is wrong.
How does he tell you? How does he send that?
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Now, going back to the Quran.
Let's assume.
Quran.
Okay.
And to Prophet Muhammad. Because as I've explained, the Quran is a guideline how to live our life by the one who created everything.
Yes.
You understand that?
Got you.
So now that's how I know objective, which makes sense, is logical argument.
Okay.
Just as when you buy a microwave or when you buy a car, now he's going to tell you how it works, also tell you what can affect and cause harm to the car.
Okay.
Simple as
Thank you. I appreciate
now,
that.
what you do to kill
Wait. Let me respond to what you just said. You can't make a point. You can't make a point and then let me respond to it.
You can respond to nothing.
If the Quran said that we should rape and torture as many children as possible, would that be an objectively right thing to do?
Firstly, stop saying if, because if I'm a rock and you're chicken, what do you think? Forget about if. The Quran doesn't teach that. Full stop.
Okay. If the Quran told.
Forget if. The Quran doesn't.
Okay.
Stop giving me. Look.
It's a hypothetical. If you don't understand how hypotheticals work in debates.
It's realistic.
If the Bible was to say that, the Quran says that it's morally wrong for two men to sleep with each other, is that morally wrong?
Say it again.
If the Quran says that
the Quran says that, yeah.
And does that mean it's wrong for two men?
Yeah, it's wrong.
If the Quran did say that we should and murder as many children as possible, he would be standing here. You would be standing here saying that's the right thing to do.
You're giving a fake scenario because the Quran doesn't say.
Yeah,
that.
well,
so, let me speak
the example of the example.
You know what? Because he can be confident too.
The example of the gay people. The example of the gay people is just as ridiculous. There's nothing wrong with two men sleeping together.
I saw you arguing with Shem.
Oh man, yeah.
What was he saying here?
He raises my blood pressure. He's saying
this guy is a good man.
Thanks.
He's a good guy. I've known him for a while. He's a very good man.
Thanks,
but
man.
what you're doing, you're not doing nothing wrong. I don't think you're promoting animals' rights and stuff. You ain't doing nothing wrong. You're not.
Do you think we're doing something wrong when we cause animals to suffer?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
I think animals should not suffer at all. Animal is not human, but they suffer. They have feelings.
They feel pain. Yeah.
Yeah, they feel pain.
Yeah. Or would you rather that we
But you're not going to turn me vegan.
Okay. But would you rather that factory farming didn't exist?
Yes. Yes.
And slaughterhouses?
Slaughterhouses, I don't like slaughterhouses.
Yeah.
I don't like it. It's not good.
So would you support a change to like a vegan UK if we had the meat alternatives?
Yes. I think we can go vegan. It won't cause any problem because too many fat people around too. They eat too much meat.
Yeah.
But animal pain is not good.
Right, yeah.
But you're doing a good job. How long you been doing this?
Maybe like 3 years.
Is that all?
Yeah.
Oh, but you're doing a good job. Keep it up.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that.
Good man. He's doing a very good job. Sometimes he gets on my nerves. But he's all right.
Once you cut the animal, it's had heart attack.
Are you sure about that?
I challenge you. If you cut the animal without bullet, here they shoot him in the head, and then slaughter him.
Yeah.
We are order number 1 to sharpen the knife, to be very sharp, so it goes once, doesn't go 3-4 times. Once. Number 2, the animal have to be the animal shouldn't see the knife.
Right.
The animal have to be very well fed and watered.
Yeah.
The animal have to be in a very comfort situation.
If I was to take a 5-year-old child and I gave them a really good meal.
Don't compare child with animal. Please.
But if I gave them a really good meal and I really made the knife as sharp as possible, they didn't see it and I slit their throat.
They're telling me your child like an animal?
I'm saying, is there something wrong with that?
Why are you comparing?
I'm asking you.
Who
Why
told
not?
you? Who told you? Really?
Why can't I compare two different things? My point.
You are a human, man. You're not animal.
Yeah, but I'm also white. I'm not black. That doesn't mean that black people matter less. So what is the difference between?
What? Is a black man animal or white?
We're all animals.
You are a human, man.
I'm a human animal. Yeah.
You could be lower than animal if you want.
I'm not sure what you mean by lower. About what is the difference then? Okay, what's the difference between a human and a non-human that justifies slitting the animal's throat but not the human?
You are human.
Yeah, but okay. So
Allah,
wait.
The Almighty.
That's like if I know you're not racist, but if I was standing next to a racist, and I said like, well, what's the difference? And they say, you are white. That's the same rationale that you're using right now.
You want to interrupt me?
Just because I am human, that doesn't justify me in harming animals. Just like because I am white, that doesn't justify me in harming black people.
So you want me now to be racist, yes?
No, I'm saying you're using the same logic.
No. You are different category, man. You are human. Higher than animal.
What is it about humans that make their suffering more important than animals?
Because Allah created you, He elevated you as an animal.
What it says in the Quran is how you determine what's right and wrong.
Right and wrong, and how give you every law, financial law, political law,
Right.
war law, farming animal law, eating law, drinking law, every law.
But in this old book that you follow, if it did say that we should rape as many children as possible, would that be the right thing to do?
If it's in the Quran or in
Yeah, Quran.
now we're saying if, do you know Quran or you don't?
Not really.
So why are you assuming something filthy like this?
No, I'm saying if it said that, would you say it's the objectively right thing to do?
The Quran, the moral and the ethics in Quran is the top. You cannot challenge it.
So you would say that's the right thing to do if it said so?
Impossible. Now I don't know the question. This is
Like that should be quite easy for you to answer and say no, we shouldn't rape children no matter what, right? That should be you should be able to say that, I think.
No, but man, you start the question. You tell me, it's better to tell me, can you rape children?
If it said so in the Quran, would you say that's the right thing to do?
This is a stupid question.
Why can't you just say no?
Why you say in Quran? Why you involve in Quran?
Because that's how you understand what's right and wrong.
You have to read the Quran and tell me if it's Quran. It's not in Quran. Why say if?
No, because I'm trying to understand how you determine what's right and wrong. And you're saying if it says so in the Quran, that's how I determine it. So, but to be consistent, you'd have to say if it says that it was the right thing to do to rape as many children as possible, then you'd say that was the right thing to do. I thought Muhammad did have relationships with children.
Relationship with the children.
Yeah.
What's the relationship? Do you know? Do you want to ask or you got fact you're gonna tell me about?
I'm not certain. I'm asking. Didn't he have sex with like a 9-year-old child or something?
Now you're comparing. Something happened 1440 years ago.
Oh, so he did. Huh? I still don't know. Did he have a relationship with a child?
What relationship?
Did he have a romantic relationship with a child? And did he have sex with
romantic? We don't have romantic relationship.
Okay. Did he marry and have sex with a child?
He married her.
And did he have sex with the child?
Of course, when you marry somebody, you do sex.
How old was she?
Let's go to talk now. This is another question.
How old was she?
She was 9.
That seems morally problematic.
Problematic to you. In Africa now.
Yeah.
Now, not 1450 years ago.
Yeah.
There is girl married 10 years and 9 years and 12 years. In Yemen, it's happened.
I think that's just as much as a problem as it was any time period. I don't think we should be.
Problem to you, man.
No, problem for the child who's getting.
Problem for you.
She can't give informed consent. She's 9. If you hypothetically had a 9-year-old daughter, would you be okay with a Muslim man marrying her and having sex with her?
If Muhammad, peace be upon him,
If Muhammad wanted to stick his penis inside your 9-year-old daughter, you'd be okay with that?
if she's ready,
What is that? Okay, that's an important thing though. Is she ready?
yes.
Is a 9-year-old ever ready? Can they consent?
Yeah.
Do they understand what's happening? Did she have a choice to say no?
Who are you? Who's do you go to disco? Do you dance? Do you drink?
Sorry.
Do you shag woman? Are you homosexual? Are you bisexual? Are you heterosexual?
You're asking a lot of questions
Who
here.
are you to judge? What is your moral to say about the most honorable people on earth? You criticize them.
So this is what I think. I think that when we cause others to suffer, I think that's bad, and I don't think we should cause others to suffer. And there's reason to believe that having sex with 9-year-old children would probably cause them to suffer, especially if they're trapped and they can't get out. I think.
Okay. If I'm prophet, and I want to raise your status, I marry something from your family. To us, but to you, I'm gonna shag your family.
Well, he did. Muhammad did both, I guess.
No. He made a little girl. Her name. Every country, 2 billion people saying, the mother of the believers. May Allah be pleased with every time you mention her. May Allah be pleased with her.
That doesn't necessarily mean it's okay to have sex with a child.
The same in the Jewish law. If you Google it, there is no age, starting from 5 years. Google it and you will
I agree. I believe you.
Yeah, that is it.
But do you not
Very young.
Do you not think that's potentially problematic
For me, no, it's not.
for the children?
Ja. Who the hell are you to say problematic?
Well, because
and you are immersed in problems.
Oh yeah, we should try. That's why I'm here to talk about animal farming, because that's causing a lot of problems as well.
Animal farming?
Yeah,
Why don't you bloody care about 1 million die in Iraq?
I do.
Why 500,000 die in Yemen?
I do.
2 million in China.
I do.
Who's getting killing everywhere? Who's getting killed now?
Yeah, you can't just point to other issues. Like, I care about all suffering, including humans.
You care about animal, man.
Of course, I care about all suffering.
You are a hypocrite.
Why?
Because you going in something most honorable, try to discredit it because of your bent.
Well, my point is, if you use the Quran to determine what's right and wrong, that takes you to some pretty scary places, right? You or yourself are saying that it's acceptable to sleep with a 9-year-old child when you're an adult. Sorry?
To marry a young, yes. It's okay.
To sleep with a 9-year-old.
Not to sleep, man. Don't be silly.
So it's morally wrong to sleep with a child.
Listen, man.
Oh, so Muhammad was doing
not marry.
So when
not to sleep. Marry, not sleep.
Yeah, but he married her and he slept with her.
Of course, when you marry, what are you gonna do?
She's a child.
You are. Did you see her child?
When you have your period,
When you become a woman,
it's like
when you come, the bloody, what you call it, menstruation or menopause, whatever you call it, this is, you are even the same first day. But you cannot get married when you have it. You become a woman. A woman, now to the father. You're telling me, who's your father, man?
Wait, you're saying that it's wait. I'm trying to understand.
You care about.
I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to understand what you're saying. So you're saying that if a child bleeds, then it means she's a woman and you can have sex with her?
Yes,
really.
She's available. And up to the father.
That's
up to the father to decide. And the father.
It should not be up to the father.
The father is not like your father. Sorry, the father.
No, I mean, hey, if the father wants his 9-year-old child to get fucked by an adult man, then he's probably not like my father. You're right.
Is it wrong or right to kill animals?
I think it's bad to cause them to suffer.
How about animals killing animals?
Well, I mean, that's a
different, isn't it?
Well, no, I think it's bad when animals suffer from eating each other as well. I'd rather they didn't suffer.
Oh, so what are you going to do about that?
Human killing human?
What are you going to do about that one?
That's a very complicated question.
How about fish eating fish? What are you going to do?
That's a very complicated question.
No, it's not complicated.
Yes, it is, my friend.
Are you coming with?
Hey, what is this? Hey, this is animal.
No, you need to have the solution.
This is a separate issue. This is
and a lion eating a gazelle. It doesn't solve the problem.
Wait. So I'm talking. Wait.
A lion
You're not
allowed
okay.
to eat animal and
Yeah, I came here with talking about animal farming. What's happening in nature isn't animal farming.
Are you okay with fish
What is
farming? Fish
Huh?
farming?
What in nature? What is that?
Animals are still eating each other.
Yeah, why?
Well, I can't. If I could convince.
Why don't you give them grass?
Well, for one thing,
Or find the solution for that.
I'd love to find a solution.
What is it?
Well, we need far
Can
more.
you find it?
We need far more.
Can you find solution?
We need far more
Is
research.
it?
Wait,
Can you